You are listening to Unstoppable Actors, the essential podcast for ambitious, unknown actors with me, Louise, the artistic director of Standby Method Acting Studio. And for the last 13 years, I've been taking unknown actors with blank CVs all the way to Netflix dramas, Amazon Prime films, TV soaps, and stage plays around the world. And every week I'll be talking with you and sharing how you can become a paid working unstoppable actor, because you 1000% can. An acting career is doable. Are you ready to dive into the episode? Hello and welcome to Unstoppable Actors. If this is your first time listening to the podcast, I'm so excited that you're here. You've hit upon an incredible episode. We're going to be deep diving into the one thing that can stress us out as actors and really get us inside our own heads, which is doing take after take after take after take after take. It can become a bit of a chore, if we're being honest, and we can feel like we're losing our creativity. So we're going to explore that from a lot of different angles. And if you are a regular listener to the podcast, thank you so much for tuning in once again. We are so close to 100,000 downloads. I'm so excited. Would you do me a favour? If you enjoy this podcast, please would you go and review it or leave a rating if you haven't already? And I promise you, in return, I will keep creating episodes that are going to help you make your next performance your best performance yet. All right, let's talk about something every screen actor knows, or every aspiring screen actor knows, but no one really prepares you for, and that is take 12. You're still there. Same lines, same blocking, same emotional beats. And somewhere between take 5 and take 12, something starts to slip. The scene feels flatter, more mechanical, like you're doing the scene instead of living it. If you have ever felt that, or you've never got to take 12 but you worry about that, I want you to know straight away you are not the problem. There's nothing wrong with you. You're not a bad actor. Today, I am going to share with you exactly why this happens and how to stay completely alive, present, connected, and feeling like an unstoppable actor no matter how many takes you are asked to do. But before we dive in, here's a quick heads up. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, I want to feel this level of control, creativity, and freedom on camera consistently, applications are open for my 10-week method acting module, Acting for Camera. And we are currently auditioning actors with the next round happening on Saturday, the 18th of April. So if you're ready to stop overthinking, you're ready to start experiencing your work truthfully on camera, and you want to know the tips and tricks that make incredible screen performances, no matter what the shot, no matter how many takes are asked of you, the link is in the show notes. Definitely go and check it out at the end of this episode, because this is the module that will take your acting to a whole new level. Right, let's get into this then. Firstly, why do we even get to take 12? Because I think this is where a lot of actors quietly start spiraling, and they start thinking things like, why are we still going? Why are we on take 12? Was that not good enough what I've just done? Is it down to me why we're doing multiple takes? Am I doing something wrong? Is there something the director's thinking that they're not telling me? And suddenly, your focus shifts and it moves away from the scene and you place it on yourself. But here's the truth. Getting to take 12 is rarely about your performance. It could be a multitude of things, and it's usually one of these. Either we've got a director that we're working with who has got a very strong attention to detail and they're shaping something very specific, and that's why they're doing multiple takes. Maybe there's technical issues. Maybe it's the sound, the lighting, the focus, the continuity, which honestly is so common. When we've got technical issues happening, we are going to be in for a lot of takes, so we need to buckle up, strap in, and get our head down. Maybe we've got a director who is wanting options in the edit. More coverage, more safety. This can be quite common, especially in indie films. Or sometimes, yes, we might even get a slightly cautious director who just wants to make sure they've got it. And because they are watching it live or through the monitor, they can't quite gauge whether they've got it or not. So they're going for multiple takes. None of this means that you're failing. But your nervous system doesn't know that. And honestly, we don't talk enough about the nervous system in acting training. And this is really important for you to start considering when you are doing multiple takes, to stop you thinking you are the problem, which is what a lot of actors do, myself included. I've got both hands up and both feet up here. I've done this myself, so I really do understand this. But what actually happens to you, the actor, after multiple takes? And this is the bit that barely anyone is teaching, and it's the bit that I really want you to hear. Your nervous system is starting to get frazzled. At the beginning, take one, you're relaxed, you're open, you're responsive, you're connected. But as the takes go on, you start anticipating, you try to hold on to what worked before, you become more self-aware, you tighten up slightly, and that tiny shift, that is what is killing spontaneity. Because acting is not about repeating results. It's about staying available. It's about staying open, present, connected to the moment, and responding to what is happening in front of you. And here's where a big myth creeps in. And this is the method acting myth that trips actors up. There's this idea that to be a good method actor, you have to stay in character constantly. Between takes, off camera, you're always switched on. And I'm going to say this really clearly, and this is going to be a little bit controversial for some people who are not 100% sure on what method acting really is, but they've heard all these myths. To stay in character between every single take and to be consistently switched on is a choice, not a requirement. In fact, when your nervous system is already overloaded, staying in character can actually make things worse. It can be more harmful and damaging because instead of resetting, you're stacking pressure on top of pressure, on top of pressure, on top of pressure. And eventually you block, you clam up, your nervous system starts shutting down. So emotionally, physically, creatively, you switch off. Not because you want to, but because your nervous system is frazzled, it's tired, it's not reset. And that's when actors start saying things like, oh, I can't feel it anymore, I'm not accessing it anymore. And then they try and push and force and go again and again and again and again, and they're trying to force something out, and it's just not happening. The emotion's gone, the connection's gone, your belief is gone. And it's not that you are not good, it's that your nervous system is overwhelmed. So we do not push harder, we reset. And you've got two things that you can do. The first step is the step out. This is your reset button. This is a powerful, easy to pick up method acting exercise that takes you back to being grounded and starting afresh instead of pushing. And it is one of the most powerful tools that you could ever have on set. And it's simple, but it works on a really deep level. So between takes, you step out. Barely anyone is teaching this because not many people know of it. You're not stepping out dramatically. You're not making a big song or dance about stepping out. You're not stepping out performatively. You're just doing it intentionally. And we use three things when we are stepping out. We're using your breath. We slow it down. We're inhaling deeper. We're inhaling longer. We're exhaling longer. This tells your nervous system you are safe. Now that might sound dramatic, but when you've done a gazillion takes and you're running out of steam, your nervous system doesn't think you're safe. The second thing we do is we use touch. We use our hands together, we touch our face, we touch our hair, we ground ourselves physically, we bring you back into your body. Because when you've done multiple takes, what ends up happening is you disconnect from your body, which is where we feel the emotions. And instead, you end up in your head, in your misguided imagination, Remember those thoughts I said earlier? Oh, what's going wrong? What am I doing that's not right? What does the director not like about what I'm doing? Why are we doing these multiple takes? Ugh, can't connect anymore. That's you using your imagination, because there's no proof that the director said any of these things to you. You are imagining this in your head, but it's your misguided imagination because it's the one that's taking you away from character. So you're imagining scenarios in your head that the director's not satisfied with what you're doing. What we want to do instead is we want to get you into your creative imagination that serves the character, your pure imagination. So when we use touch, we bring you back into your body, which gives you your pure imagination a fighting chance. And the third thing we do in a step out, is stretch. We release any tension that's crept in your shoulders, your neck, your spine. We let your body drop the previous take. You're not trying to hold on to the scene that you've done before. You're allowing it to go, to be released, so you can come back fresh. What happens after you do a step out is you feel rejuvenated. So think of it like this. You don't carry take 11 into take 12. You arrive at take 12. Now, the second thing we do is something called rampaging, which is reconnecting to the life of the character. This is such a powerful method acting exercise. And we don't just stand there before the scene starts, before we hear action and hope everything comes back to us and we can connect. We actively reconnect between takes. And this is where rampaging comes in. And this is a game changer. Because rampaging is about using movement, repetition, energy to bring your body and your voice and your emotions and your pure imagination back online. Because emotion does not live in your head, it lives in your body. So instead of trying to think your way back into the scene, you move your way back into the scene. After rampaging, you will move back into the space with intention because you've repeated a key phrase that unlocks everything for the character, and you let your body build the energy again via movement and voice. And suddenly, you are not trying to feel anything, you are in it again. I want to start to bring this episode to a close by sharing a huge trap that actors get sucked into. Actors of all levels. And it is trying to summon emotion back up. Let's talk about this because it's where actors are getting stuck and it's important, and it is one of the biggest bad habits and blocks I see. What they do is they think, oh, I need to get this feeling back, that feeling that I had in the take before. So they try to recreate it, force it, summon it. And what happens? You become even more blocked, so it disappears. It's not in sight, it's not available to you. Because emotion isn't something you can grab. It's not something that you can force out of yourself. It's something that happens when the conditions are right. And this takes us back to the method acting triangle that I've spoke about many times in previous episodes, and which I dive deeper into in the 10-week method acting modules. And the method acting triangle is made up of 3 points: relaxation, concentration, imagination. When we've got all 3 points flowing beautifully, that emotion comes to the surface, and then you as an actor have a choice over what you do with it. You can decide how big the emotion is expressed, how subtle the emotion is expressed. You can decide what you do with it in terms of the other actor, how you want it to land with the other actor. So when the conditions are right, you're not chasing emotion. It's happening because you're focused on your objective, your connection, your physical engagement, but most importantly, resetting your instrument. And your instrument is your body, so you can deliver what is required of you in the scene. And then the emotion follows through every single time. So let's just have a quick look at what this looks like in practice. And I understand we're on a podcast, so we can't really see it, but let's explore it. So imagine this, right? You've just done take 11, and instead of standing there analysing the scene, you step out. You breathe, you ground, you release. And then you rampage, you move, you reconnect, you bring the energy back into your body, back into your pure imagination. And when the director calls action, you are not dragging yourself through another take. You are arriving alive, with intention, with a purpose, with something to do. So let's wrap up. Take 12 isn't the enemy. It's just a different moment, that's all. The actors who thrive on camera, they do not try to preserve the previous performance. They reset and they rediscover it every single time. If what I'm sharing with you has clicked for you and you're ready to stop feeling at the mercy of multiple takes and instead feel grounded, free and fully alive on character, then I would love to invite you to apply for my 10-week method acting module, Acting for Camera, because we are going to dive deep into tools like the step out, rampaging, objects of attention, so you always know how to access your work, not just hope that you can, but actually access it. This module takes place online, and I know some of you might be thinking, how can you do an Acting for Camera module online? Because we do the exercises that you need for camera practically. This is not seminars where you sit and listen. This is not me just talking at you and talking at you. This is not theory. This is practical. And it is based on what actually works, a proven technique that helps actors keep getting momentum behind their career and break through to the next level and the next level and the next level, because their performances get better and better and better. Auditions are happening on Saturday the 18th of April. All the details are in the notes below where you've hit play. And honestly, this is the work that's going to change everything. So go and check out the 10-week method acting module, Acting for Camera, and go on to have a brilliant take 12 if you find yourself getting to that on your next production. I'll see you next time. I've absolutely loved hanging out with you, and I really hope you found this episode inspiring. If you have, please do rate the podcast and hit follow so you never miss an episode, and I can help more actors like you. And come and join one of the most supportive, uplifting acting communities on socials, the Unstoppable Actors Facebook group, where you'll get your weekly injection of inspiration, networking, and receive your free Method Actors handbook so you can become an unstoppable actor.